Right, this is Psycho Santa, aka Paul Scouten, and this is what I've sort of been doing today. So I've started on a number 7 Valley of Lost Dreams. So I was back in the 60s and 70s. You used to have Lion and Tiger and Eagle comics, which they used to, on their covers, have part of the stories of their things. So I thought, with a little analogy collection, I thought I'd have a similar sort of setup. So my Valley of Lost Dreams sort of has a bit of the story on the cover. So but yeah, I don't know if you can compare them to those comics, but another lot of British comics. But anyway, I'm putting the Rogue Dream Police on the front of number 7, which is a bit of a swap around. Usually it's Cataclysmic, but I thought this was a more interesting cover with the transfer into these robot girls type thing. Well, I've got Aquis getting transferred into a robot girl, and the robot showing her around and telling her that her old body has dissolved. And in this world, well, I'll go through my dyslexia sketches and I'll show you. But in this part of the story, you'll find out that the human beings have evolved into big squid-like creatures. So they're evolved into sort of octopus things. So I will go through some of my dyslexia sketch pads, and that's the page I sort of worked on today, just enlarging it. And here they are. They're all these squiddy type people that are in these test tube things dissolving away type thing. So and there's hundreds of thousands of them, sort of these squiddy type things in the future type thing, where people have evolved into these squid-like things and are living in these big test tube type things, so, and stacked on top of each other. So yeah, that's sort of, and a lot of regular people have turned into these robots. They're living in like these dream type worlds, and the regular people have transferred their minds into these robot little girls. And but except for Mitch has got this big manly body, so I hope that's not too. I get a bit out of manga sometimes, So this is just a larger picture of me trying to set out the future, the squiddy future, and there's still a few squiddy ones walking around that haven't transferred into these bodies yet, these robot bodies. Okay. And originally I was going to call him Canex, but I think I settled on Subnexus or something, because Canex is what I was calling Cataclysmics people. And yeah, that's just setting out future things for Rogue Dream Police. And yeah, that's that shrinking it down. So I was going to maybe enlarge this picture when I get round to this page. This is like the 3rd page in, and play around with these panels a bit more, because that top one should be an opening shot, a sort of, this is the world we're living in, and the other one, and those two there are sort of, this is the world we're living in, sort of establishing shots, and this is more getting into who they're going to meet and how he's going to help them out type thing. And there's a discussion page. What sort of body do you want type thing. And I'm not sure of, is that, that's 4, so I think it goes on to, yeah, that's the end of the page, and that's me trying to get these squiddy people. And so I think the last page is in this pad. Yeah, that's 5, so that's where it should continue on. And I think you can see some of the other images coming into that's another shot that in another pad it looked better. But sometimes you'll scribble out something if you've already done it. And as for Dr. Cataclysmic, one of the reasons why I didn't put him on the cover is because it was dialogue heavy. His first page, it was very heavy about the paradoxes and stuff and how they were going to fix things. And it was basically talking heads, lots of talking heads. Well, there are bodies, but they're talking to each other and telling each other what the hell's going wrong with this place. And as it gets going, it gets more action orientated. As they try and fix things, this woman comes and snatches away the thing, flies away. A shadow of Andromeda, a angel-like version, and the other what was Andromeda's strain? The Andromeda strain. Well, the other woman from her reality sets off one of her psycho strands after this version of Andromeda, and she snaps it off. I think further back in the pad, I had another panel where they're saying, "Oh, she snapped it off," type thing. So I wanted to put, another panel in here. It is in this pad somewhere, but I don't think I'll run through. So what's that? Is that all of the? No, that's 3. Be a bit more old Org Wizard stuff. It's in here somewhere. Jeez, I'm gonna have to find it. Should I keep showing you Org Wizard stuff? Here. Yeah, so these are the last 2. A lot of Org Wizard, so the original Org Wizard. Maybe I should have gone through that, but they capture these guys. And yeah, that's my plan. So the girls are scrapping it out. I know I didn't go over the story, but you know, if you want to buy my stuff, you'll find out what the story is. But anyway, I hope I've explained enough of that. And that's what I'm sort of working on, as well as the robots this week. The Psycho Santa. Right, it's the 24th of March, 2021. Psycho Santa, aka Paul Skelton. I better do a disclaimer for this one. So, the stories in Valley of Lost Dreams, number 7, are entirely fictional, created by Paul Skelton. Copyright 2021. Valley of Lost Dreams, number 7, was produced by Paul Skelton in 2021. Any similarity to other publications or real persons is purely coincidental. Places, logos, and names may not be reproduced without permission from Paul Skelton. Copyright 2021. Anyway, this is I'll just try and move my last issue. So that's the last issue of Valley of Lost Dream. But this is the page I worked on today. So these are like the humans that are in Purgatory 5.2. So they're on the bottom level, and they're like these octopus type people from the future. But really, when you look at these, there is a piece in Dune, what's his name, the 3-hour long David Lynch Dune movie where the fish people that can fold space are seen. You know, you see this guy get dragged in a big tank. And I think the face of Bo in Doctor Who is similar, but really, if I was influenced, it would have been from David Lynch's fish thing in a tank, or slug thing, or maggoty thing. But these residents of the future world of Olympus 2. So and they're sort of like dead people that have gone to Purgatory 5.2 and are waiting for a luxury reality where they get moved up to the top of the heap in these stacks of octopus type bodies. So is that enough explanation, or they're flying over to the residential zone? And this is like so the evolution, like, are we still evolving? You know, are we gonna evolve into these squid-like creatures one day, or something else? Even, did we evolve in the first place? You know, a lot of people are arguing, you know, we might have come from outer space on spaceships and stuff, but I think that sort of just panders to certain religious types, which maybe I shouldn't get into that. It might upset people. But anyway, look, there you go. It's page number 2, and I'm working on some more pages for Valley of Lost Dreams, number 7. So, Psycho Centre, signing off. Paul Skelton. And I've done another pencil page for Road Dream Police and Valley of Lost Dreams. So these are the squiddy. This is the establishing shot of the upper sort of floating city level. And yeah, instead of mothers pushing a baby in a pram, this squiddy creature's got a octopus in a bubble, which would be a baby new age human evolved type thing. And there's these little girls following behind this one. It's a bit bunched up compared to my dyslexia sketch of it. I wanted to move the panels around, so this had a lot of open space, but it would have just been a massive big picture with massive open space. So I've bunched up a whole bunch of things. I've added things, and yeah, hopefully that looks all right. There's a few squids on these holographic computer things, and they're going to visit Curas, which Synapsis has been trying to destroy the place, trying to find Curas, and here he is hiding out with the robots. And Mitch is like, "What do you want to hide with the robots?" And he's saying that Synapsis would never suspect that type thing. And he's shaking Aquas's hand. So, there you go. Penciled in page. Hope that gives you a bit of an idea with this this story gets a bit complicated. But hey, I wanted this thing to be about sort of swapping bodies around and what happens to you after you die and things. But whether people are interested in that, I've been Psycho Santa. Don't forget to melt down all the cars and build moving walkways. See you later.